Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to jump on today because one of the things that I talk to parents a lot about is that taking care of themselves. And throughout Compass, we look at developing your very own emotional first aid kit. Now, it could be said as a therapist, people think that therapists have got it all together. Trust me when I say we haven't. We have life too, and life hits us too. But one of the things that's kept me sane in my life is my emotional first aid kit. But why do we need to refuel our emotional energy? Well, with the best will in the world, human beings drain us. Every interaction we have with human beings takes our emotional energy. Now, many people will refuel you as well, and there'll be people in life that refuel you more than they take from you. But we all need that space to be able to almost shut our brains down, give our brains a rest from thinking, from processing. And this is why it's so important to have these things that really support your emotional refueling. You know what they say, you can't pour from an empty cup, and that's what the emotional first aid kit is all about. So I wanted to share with you what's in mine. So the first thing is, and I'm going to show you pictures of this because otherwise I'll be running around my house showing you everything, is I have a grounding mat for my bed. So our nervous system is such an important factor that we need to really learn how to navigate and balance and settle. So we get triggered by our kids all the time, and we get triggered by life all of the time. So one of the things I have is a grounding mat. So when I'm sleeping, in theory, I am remaining grounded and my nervous system is thanking me for that. The other thing I do is I read. Now, I don't read very often, but I always have a novel on the go, and I have a self-development book on the go as well. So it really depends what mindset I'm in. Sometimes it's on Audible because I like listening to books when I'm walking or whatever it happens to be. But I'll usually have two on the go depending on what my mindset is at that time. Yin yoga is another one. Now, yin yoga accesses the fascia in your body, and that is where cortisol is stored. So when you stretch your fascia, please don't quote me on this because I'm not a yogi by any stretch of the imagination. But when you access your fascia, it can release the cortisol that's stored in your body. So I do that as well. I spin a lot. I also do cross stitch from time to time. Again, that's just mindless nonsense that I don't have to think about. I just have to do it. So it gives my brain a rest. All of these things give my brain a rest. Breath work, my favourite breath work is 9D breath work. I really enjoy that, and just a 15-minute breath work. And I'm just going to share something with you. I've never been very good at meditation, even as a therapist. My brain is too busy for meditation for me. Whereas breath work really accesses my central nervous system, and because you've got to breathe in a particular way, I can't think of anything else. I just have to think about breathing. I also have a Shakti mat, and again this is acupressure, so that helps to support the nervous system, and it releases tension in the body. I probably use my Shakti mat maybe 4 times a week. Some people think it's brutal. I love it. There's many times I've fallen asleep on it. I run as well. I also take lion's mane. Actually, I've got this here, and this is Kathy Sanderson's lion's mane, which I really, really like. I take greens every day. I take Free Cell greens and multivitamins. I'm also, and for the last, it's going to be 20 years next year. For 20 years, I've really loved genealogy. Now, genealogy really takes my brain out of everything. And I watch nonsense TV. That may surprise you, but I do love a bit of maths. That's my guilty pleasure. And probably one of the things that just makes me smile every day is this one. She's beautiful. So that is my emotional first aid kit. Now, what is the point of an emotional first aid kit? Well, the reality is we need things that we can dip into at different periods of the day, or some things work today that didn't work yesterday. So you need a wealth of stuff in your emotional first aid kit. Now, some of you that may be following me that have younger children may be going, well, that's all well and good, but you know, I have tea time to do, bath time to do, all of the things to do. I get it. I completely get it. I've been there. But what I would also encourage couples to do is try to protect some time for each of you. So that, and I know that's not always possible, but if you are trying to protect some time intentionally, you're less inclined to try and grab time, because when you grab time, it's not quite the same. Everything that's in your emotional first aid kit needs to be something that shuts your brain down, essentially. It means you don't have to think about anything else, or you can't think about anything else other than what you are doing. So I would encourage you to take a look at what your emotional first aid kit currently has in it, and maybe try and add one or two things. I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now.